And when it comes to traditional Christmas desserts, we often think of plum pudding and Christmas cake. But that's no good if you have trouble chewing and difficulty swallowing. So what I'm going to make up for you here is a plum pudding spiced panna cotta. It's also great for anybody who has a touch of metallic taste because it's a cold dessert, and they often say that things are at room temperature or cold are much better for metallic taste. So what I have in here is 150 mils of double cream and 150 mils of milk. I'm going to put that into a saucepan and just heat that up a bit. Now you want a bit of steam coming off the top, but you don't want it to boil because that would just absolutely ruin it. It really is an easy recipe though, you just have to watch the heat. Pretty easy to do. I also have in here 4 gelatin leaves. Now these have been soaking for a few minutes, so 5 to 7 minutes for these. See what they look like? Really good for panna cotta because they just dissolve straight into there and you would never know. I also have vanilla extract, so 1/4 teaspoon of that, and I have some plum pudding spice. Now, you could make this up from scratch. I couldn't be bothered because I have Gewürzhaus, which is just at my local shopping centre, and they make up this gorgeous Christmas cake and plum pudding spice mix, and it has cinnamon, coriander, ginger, clove and nutmeg. It's just really yummy. Before that heats up enough, what I'm going to do is add in the vanilla extract. Oh, a bit of steam starting to come off the top. We'll just put that down a notch. Now, depending on how spicy you like things or how strong a spice you like it, you might want to adjust this. 1/4 teaspoon is sort of a middle of the road amount, I guess. But you could always have a little taste test to start with. And we'll just mix that in. That's starting to look almost where we want it. You can see the steam coming off there. It's not too hot. And what I'm going to do with my gelatin leaves, pick them up, let that excess water drain off them, give them a little bit of a squeeze, and in they go. Now you don't want to whisk this, you just want to move it around until they're completely dissolved, and they dissolve really quickly. That into there, clean that aside. Now as far as things to put them in go, just pop them in some glasses. That's actually really easy. I'll just put this down here because I know what will happen. Just pop them into glasses in the fridge to set for at least 2 hours. Or you can use these other little moulds. I've just lightly greased these. They're little jelly moulds, I think they are. Now, because I am a renowned slopper when it comes to pouring things, I'm just going to pour this into here, like so. Over to there. It was very crossed arms, wasn't it? And oh, that spice smells gorgeous. And we'll get a couple of these going. Lovely thing about this is you can make them as big or as small as you want. You can make some that are sharing size. That's always fun. Let's see if I can get some into here. Make a couple of bigger ones. Hey, that's it. Into the fridge for at least 2 hours, if not 4 hours or overnight to set. Alright, whole new day today. The panna cotta has spent the night in the fridge. Now, if you've done it in little glasses like this, you don't need to turn it out. You can just start decorating to your heart's content. Now, these are really good. We're making the panna cotta as a replacement for a Christmas pudding or Christmas cake. It's a lot easier on the mouth. It's also a cooler dish, so it's better for metallic taste. They often say cooler food or room temperature food. It makes metallic taste seem a bit better. They're not sweet, so if you have an aversion to sweetness, by all means use a tart sauce with it or no sauce at all. If you want something that's a bit sweeter, you might want to add fruit or syrups, whatever you feel comfortable adding to this. They're just fine on their own. They already have a Christmas spice in them and it's just gorgeous on its own. However, I've made some little gingerbread men, so I'll pop one into there. Over here I made a cranberry and cherry chia jam, and I made some lemon smooth bliss balls just before, and I forgot to put the lemon zest in, so I've put it into here and it's really yummy. So you can just decorate it with things like that. This is quite a thick chia jam, as you can probably see there, so you can just dob a bit about. I'm not very good at sort of, you know, the artsy sorts of things with this. So if you've done that, all good. Throw on a mint leaf and you're actually pretty good to go. Now, if you put them into moulds, they'll need turning out. It can be a bit of a faff. However, the way I do it, I'll just put that under there. The way I do it, I think might be a bit easier. What you can do, I've got a bowl of warm water here, and you can, with these moulds, dunk them into the water. Don't let the water go into the panna cotta itself. Just for a few moments, run a knife around and turn them out. What I like to do though is, oh, I forgot my knife, I'll be back. Right, back with the knife, don't run with knives. Okay, so I'm just going to, that's warm, I've taken the water off it. I just like to run it just around the edge here, and these have been out the fridge for a little bit, so they may just come out on their own anyway. Run that gently around there. But just in case, my other little fail-safe method is I've got a cloth in here. You can hold these in your hands for a couple of minutes. That will do it. I've done that before. But if you're a bit sensitive to the cold, just hold this warm cloth around them for a little bit. It's like a little electric blanket. And who doesn't love an electric blanket? Well, actually, I don't. I can't stand them. If my feet get hot, that's the end of a peaceful night's sleep for me. Okay, let's see what that's done there. Pop that back into there. So the trick is to be quite firm about it. They don't always come out first time. I'll just loosen that off a bit more. And there we go. Just like that. A lot of finger crossing there. Here's one I turned out just a bit early. I've got one of the gingerbread men there. We'll have a bit, you can make this chia jam a bit thinner if you like. It's quite nice if it just runs over and looks pretty, but clearly looking pretty is not my forte today with a chia jam. So we'll just see if we can drape it over the top there. Got a bit of gingerbread men crushed up here, or gingerbread folk I think I call them. So we'll just sprinkle a bit of that around. Doesn't look as good as what I'd hoped, but never mind. Pop a couple of those on top. And I've got some cranberries. Remember, I say each time about the fresh cranberries, as tart as, but often really good for taste changes. And are we missing anything? No, I don't think I've forgotten anything for a change. Let's just have one more dob of that chia jam there, even it up. Okay, now I can't tip this because my cranberries will go everywhere, but say there's an overhead camera here, so we'll get that shot. That's Christmas Spice Panna Cotta. It's a great one for difficulty chewing, difficulty swallowing, some noises. You can make this dairy-free as well. There's vegan versions you can make. Just a great all-rounder, so I hope you really enjoy that one.